How many of us know people with high blood pressure? How many of us know people with high cholesterol? Right? How many of us know people who die from these things? They call us a certain type of activist. It's a term for the kind of work that we do. It's a blank justice. What kind of justice do you think it's called?
Food justice?
Food justice. There you go. One hard.
Grow Green is an opportunity for 16 to 25-year-olds living in the South Bronx to develop their literacy skills through culture, community, and environmental education. This process was really exciting because it offered an opportunity for participants to really think about how their daily lives impact their environments and what are all of the factors included in environmental sustainability.
If you don't have a decent place to live, your stove doesn't work, small refrigerator, lights are cut out, housing justice. If you can't afford to actually buy the food that's good for you, economic justice. If you don't have an environment in which you can grow good food, environmental justice. If you are in jail, incarcerated, locked up, you're going to eat what they give you, criminal justice. If you're not eating right, when you go to school, do you think you can sit still? No. Do you think you will be able to stay awake? No. Do you think that the food that we are getting that is highly processed may be doing things to our chemical balances in our brains? Yeah. Educational justice.
And healthcare.
What's really exciting about the process is that it was totally interdisciplinary. Every time that we met, they were able to view something, they were able to taste something, make something creatively. And through that process, I feel like they had a deepened understanding of what it means to be an environmental ambassador for your community.
The interactive nature of the project really speaks to the different learning styles of the students. We had a variety of ways that students could express themselves, and that I feel like is important to students everywhere, and they might not have a chance to experience that in other places of learning.
In the river.
These are people littering.
Why do you enjoy people littering?
Because pick up what you drop.
It's really a big pollution problem up here because nobody cares about the environment, and it's not as serious to them yet as it is to other people around them who either has asthma or who can't breathe good and stuff like that. People who also are polluted by the environmental injustice. If we will all help our situation, then we will all be in a better place.
The work that I do with students or with anybody really is to try to get people to understand that we do have an impact on our environment, all of us, good and bad, and it can go either way. So much of what goes on in our lives is all about understanding the connections between things that are happening all the time, but we might not think about.
We partnered with a local educator, artist, and activist, Renee Floresca. And she came up with a concept where we would do a grocery store analysis and comparison. So we would look at the grocery stores on the Upper West Side and look at the grocery stores in the South Bronx and compare them and look at the resources for each of those communities based on their access to clean and healthy food. The students were introduced to raw vegan food. They were introduced to a whole new community, the Upper West Side. And one of our students said, I feel like my community is trying to kill me by not providing access to fresh fruit and vegetables, organic meats. And she had a very visceral response and actually ended up in tears.
I feel like we need to make an impact all over the world.
Yes. It's sad that a lot of kids are dying off of unorganic food.
What can you do about it?
Bring the organic food to the hood and make them realize that all this unorganic food is killing us.
It's gonna take probably another white community to activate the conversation, because the Bronx is so big, right? And depending on the economic welfare of the community in the Bronx, like it can vary by block and who owns their homes. Because most people in the Bronx are renters, so not much tax dollars are going into creating these kinds of opportunities for the people in the Bronx.
This particular project is near and dear to my heart because the impact and the effects of the learning and the experiences you can see immediately. The students came in wanting to have a different type of educational experience. The students came in wanting to investigate science experiments. They wanted to learn about these things. They just haven't had the opportunity. And so it's important for young people to stretch outside of their comfort zone and to challenge what they think they know and believe. It politically, educationally, and culturally prepares young people to be creative change agents in their own community.
It was kind of touchy for me because I realized I felt like the government was trying to kill us. I actually cried. It was hard because I had a lot of people die from diabetes and high blood pressure, and it was hard because all the stuff that we have in our borough is just killing us. And it kind of hurts. But it taught me that there's better stuff out there in the world. You just gotta evolve from it. Get out of your area, like one of my teachers told me, this scenario. You can't always stay in one area and just feed off of that. You can't grow. You need the world. You gotta see the world. And that's what I plan on doing in my life. So, thank you.